3:07 a.m. From a long-abandoned mansion, faint whispers echo through the empty halls. The wind that slips through broken windows sounds as if it's calling your name. You hold your breath in fear, eyes scanning every shadow. This is the moment you realize the house isn't just a building. It's alive, and every night it tells its hidden story. Location: a long-abandoned mansion where a wealthy family mysteriously disappeared. Atmosphere: dark corners, flickering shadows, and icy wind flowing through broken windows. Sensory details: echoing footsteps, creaking wood, and faint distant bell chimes. Character: a young investigative journalist named Sara who covers paranormal stories. Motivation: she wants to uncover the dark secret of the mansion. First tension: the moment she steps inside, she feels as if someone is following her. Objects move slightly on their own. Doors slowly creak open and shut. Whispering voices confuse Sara. Is it imagination or something else? Her fear increases as she films with her camera and flashlight. Sara reaches an old drawing room. A portrait's eyes seem to follow her. Suddenly, an invisible hand touches her shoulder. She screams in terror. This moment maximizes suspense and horror. As Sara explores deeper into the mansion, the atmosphere grows increasingly oppressive. Shadows no longer remain subtle. They begin to move independently, coalescing into shapes that resemble her own silhouette. The whispering voices, which once echoed faintly, now scream her name in a deafening chorus, making her heart pound and her breath shallow. Every exit she attempts seems to vanish or transform into another dark corridor, trapping her inside. The mansion itself feels alive, a malevolent force orchestrating every movement, sound, and shadow. Sara's fear escalates as she approaches a large, dusty mirror in the center of the room. Initially, she sees her own reflection, but something is wrong. The reflection doesn't exactly mimic her movements. Instead, it smiles malevolently, eyes replaced by hollow black sockets. The air grows cold, her flashlight flickers, and the walls appear to close in, as if the house is claiming her essence. Every instinct screams at her to run, but there is nowhere to escape. In that moment, the mansion's dark secret fully manifests. The spirits that haunted the house are drawn to her, their forms merging with her own shadow. Her scream echoes, but it is absorbed into the mansion, leaving a suffocating silence that chills the audience. The realization hits. Sara has become another prisoner of the house, her soul trapped to repeat the terror for future intruders. The story ends with a haunting cliffhanger. The mansion's front doors creak open once more at exactly 3:07 a.m. A new visitor approaches, unaware of the horrors waiting inside. The cycle of the mansion's malevolent power continues, leaving the audience in suspense and dread, imagining that the terror is unending. The climax combines psychological fear, supernatural horror, and a shocking twist, making it impossible to forget. After Sara discovers the mansion's dark secret, the supernatural activity intensifies. What once were subtle hints, slight movements, distant whispers, now become direct threats. Shadows begin to take form, slowly shaping into figures that resemble Sara herself, creating a terrifying psychological mirror of her own fear. Every step she takes seems to be anticipated. The mansion reacts to her presence, almost as if it is alive and hunting her. The whispers grow louder, changing from unintelligible murmurs to her name being called repeatedly, in voices that seem both familiar and alien. Doors slam violently on their own, windows rattle, and the air temperature drops sharply, sending chills down her spine. Sara's flashlight flickers sporadically, plunging her into brief moments of total darkness, where the audience is left to imagine the horrors lurking just beyond sight. Unseen forces manipulate the environment to heighten panic. Furniture shifts suddenly, objects fall from shelves, and the floorboards creak under invisible weight. Sara tries to flee, but every exit seems blocked or distorted, turning hallways into endless, twisting corridors. This escalation is designed to immerse the audience in her terror, blending psychological and supernatural horror. The mansion's malevolent presence becomes increasingly personal. Shadows mimic her movements or appear slightly ahead, suggesting that the house knows her every thought. Every attempt to rationalize the events fails, amplifying dread. The tension is relentless, creating a sense of entrapment. This stage of the story is crucial. It bridges the discovery of the mansion's secret, Outline 5, with the climactic twist, Outline 7. The horror is no longer just atmospheric. It directly threatens the protagonist, building to the shocking moment when Sara faces her reflection with hollow black eyes, and the mansion's cycle of terror reaches its peak. The story reaches its terrifying peak as Sara becomes fully engulfed by the mansion's malevolent forces. Shadows, which have been subtly haunting her, now converge into dark, humanoid shapes, some eerily resembling Sara herself. The whispering voices escalate from faint murmurs to a deafening chorus, calling her name and mocking her every movement. Doors slam violently, windows rattle, and sudden gusts of icy wind blow through the halls, creating a suffocating atmosphere. Every attempt Sara makes to escape is futile. Hallways twist impossibly, exits vanish, and the mansion seems to close in around her. The ultimate confrontation occurs in front of a large, dusty mirror. Sara sees her reflection, but it does not mirror her movements. Instead, it grins sinisterly, eyes replaced by hollow black sockets, radiating a dark energy that freezes her in place. This horrifying realization marks the moment she understands the mansion's true power. It traps souls, adding them to its eternal collection of victims. As Sara screams, the mansion absorbs her voice into its oppressive silence. Her body and essence are claimed, leaving her forever part of the house's dark legacy. The story ends with a chilling cliffhanger. At exactly 3:07 a.m., a new visitor approaches the mansion's entrance, unaware of the horrors that await inside. This implies that the cycle of terror is unending, and the mansion continues to lure and trap the curious and the brave. This climax combines psychological tension, supernatural horror, and a shocking twist, leaving the audience in shock and dread. It resolves the narrative arc of Sara's journey while simultaneously opening the door for new stories, making the mansion an eternal symbol of fear and suspense. The blend of personal terror, environmental horror, and a haunting ending ensures the story lingers in the audience's mind long after it concludes.